While those Mexican revolutionaries fought Spain, there were other republics being created at the same time. A group of American settlers living in the Spanish province of West Florida overthrew the Spanish authorities there. The region, stretching from the Mississippi River to Mobile, became the Republic of West Florida. Its flag, you ask? Why, a lone star over a blue background. On January 15, 1811, the U.S. Congress passed a joint resolution calling for the occupation of this disputed territory, subject to future negotiations with Spain. Meanwhile, in the Mexican War for Independence, despite the death of Hidalgo, Allende, and their supporters, José Gutiérrez de Lara, the Rio Grande revolutionary, had gone to the United States, gathering more men and more money to continue the fight. After all, that republic too had been created by revolution. Starting from Natchitoches, Gutierrez traveled to Washington, D.C., and met with Secretary of State James Monroe. He told him of his plans to raise an army of Mexicans and Americans at Natchitoches, cross the border, and declare the Republic of Tejas. From there, they would march against the Royalists in New Spain. President James Madison assigned a special agent to help. Gutierrez also met José Alvarez de Toledo y Dubois, a Cuban and fellow revolutionary, as well as leaders of other ongoing rebellions against Spain in places like Venezuela. There were revolutions breaking out all over the Spanish Empire. Now was the time to strike for freedom. There was even an attempt to create a republic in Spain. The March 1812 Constitution of Cadiz created a new government, ignoring both the French puppet Joseph Napoleon and the imprisoned Ferdinand VII. The rest of the world was a mess too. The French were still in Spain, but stuck in brutal fighting with the British and their allies. Then, the French invaded Russia.
Nikruta,
which translates from Russian as
not cool.
At the same time, the United States declared war against Great Britain and tried, but failed, to conquer Canada.
Not cool, eh?
Spanish authorities in Mexico were even more confounded. Did they support King Ferdinand VII, Napoleon, or the new Republican government of the Constitution of Cadiz? At the same time, rebels continued fighting for Mexican independence. It was a mess. In southern Mexico, Morelos had kept the revolution and the dream of independence alive. Once that was achieved, perhaps the new nation could decide on how the country should be governed. Would it also become a republic? With the flame of rebellion still burning, Gutierrez went to Natchitoches and raised his army. Americans joined him, including a former American officer named Augustus McGee. Some of the men who led the West Florida Rebellion came too. Before long, he had gathered 150 men. This rough rebel army crossed over the Sabine River into Tejas and on August 12th captured Natchitoches. They set up their headquarters in a store and warehouse known as the Old Stone Fort. After this bloodless victory, hundreds of volunteers from the United States rallied to the cause, and the army grew. These adventurers, revolutionaries, and schemers fashioned themselves the Republican Army of the North. They would make Tejas a republic. Then they would see to the rest of Mexico.